What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Saturday Night's 13-game slate here tonight. Very excited about it. I got 6 plays last night, an up and down night. Pretty annoying because the hitting for us did very well. We had 2 hitters that hit a home run, JD Martinez and Jose Altuve, and also George Springer pretty much hit a home run. He had a triple with like 3 other hits with that. Went 4 for 5. So those 3 plays really solid. But the pitching just like an annoying night for them because both of them showed flashes in their starts. I mean, Steven Matz, his first 3 innings, had a really good start. I believe he had 4 or 5 strikeouts and only allowed like a few hits. But just in the 4th inning, just completely fell apart, and they pulled him. So only went 3.2 innings. That sucked. And then Dustin May, he had a pretty solid first 5 innings. He actually got screwed over a little bit. Maybe it ran up his pitch count because of it on a double play ball that Tyler White, the first baseman, just threw off the guy's back going to second. Would have been a double play. Probably would have saved him like 20 pitches if he didn't have to get that unearned run. And then in the 6th inning, not sure if he was just getting a little bit tired from the higher pitch count. He was getting close to 100. Let up a few runs and then kind of ruined his start because he could have got the win if he didn't allow those runs and everything like that. But the hitting was really good. Hopefully we can have some better production here tonight. I did say that the pitching was just really suspect yesterday. I don't think many pitchers did that well, but hopefully we can get all 6 plays here. So before we get going, drop a like in the video if you can. That'd be really helpful, really helps out my channel, so thank you. Let's hop right into it though. So first guy up, I'm going to go with Walker Buehler. I'm going to attack that San Diego lineup again here with a guy that has really good upside. I mean, when his stuff is on, he can be one of the best pitchers in all of baseball. As we see here, 53, 40, 34, 38 in some of his games. So when, like I said, he's a very good pitcher, very good at home, 25 versus 17 on the road on average. And against San Diego, it's kind of a good matchup, I think, for a guy like Buehler because he's been a little bit better against righties. Definitely strikeout-wise, has a 29% K rate against righties compared to like a 25% against lefties. 5 out of the 8 batters are going to be righty, the majority of them towards the top of the lineup. With guys like Machado, Tatis, and Renfroe. So those 3 guys, if you can limit them. Also, Will Myers back up in the lineup after they trade Reyes. If you can limit those guys, I think you can have some success against his lineup. So at 10,900, I think he can show off his strikeout upside. Vegas likes him a good amount. They're only implied around 3 runs flat, and they're minus 270 favorites. So really good opportunity for him to get the win and get those high Ks. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first guy. And then I'm going to get a little bit risky. Aaron Sanchez. He's going to the team that always has the formula. Not sure what they give these pitchers, but the Astros turn around like every pitcher. You got Verlander, who was struggling with the Tigers, went to the Astros, returned into God form, even better than he was in the Tigers probably. They got Garrett Cole, who was solid on the Pirates, but he turned into another beast on the Astros. Wade Miley as well, having one of his better years. Now they got Aaron Sanchez, a guy that did have pretty good starts for the Blue Jays. I believe he was good maybe last year or the year before. He had some good moments, but just really struggled so far this year. 3-14, 6 ERA. So obviously his numbers aren't great, but just on the surface, he's getting a park upgrade here. Going to Houston after pitching in Toronto. Not sure if 12 starts. I think that was in Toronto, or just, I don't even know how that splits works out, but I'm guessing he struggled in that ballpark. Houston, a pitcher-friendly environment, and the numbers line up here. He has had reverse splits this year. He's been better against lefties. His FIP has been better, and his strikeout rate has been a lot better. In this Seattle lineup, the majority of the best hitters are lefties, so they have he has a 22% K rate against lefties compared to a 15% against right-handed batters. Is going to be 4 out of the top 5 batters likely in the lineup being lefties. And if he can get some strikeouts with those guys, there are some hitters there that do strike out a good amount, and just limit them. And Vegas seems to like him as well. They're only implied 4 runs. So a guy at 5,300, you don't typically see like the opposing lineup just have like 4 runs, 4 flat that is implied. And so Sanchez has shown the ability. The Astros seem to like him. They think they can turn him around, and we'll see today if they can. At 5,300, doesn't need to do much. So but the upside I think is really good in this matchup. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second pitcher, and that leaves you with 4,200 remaining per hitter, so very good stuff. And for my first hitter, we're going to go with the absolute freak of nature this month, Nelson Cruz. So let's look at the last 10 games. Out of this world numbers, 8 home runs in the last 10 games played, 17.9 DraftKings points on average. I'm not sure why he's only priced 5,200. With the way he's been hitting, he probably should be priced like 5,600. And against a lefty as well, his power numbers are insane against lefties. A 440 ISO against them, and he's just been on another level. I think the All-Star break couldn't have helped anyone else besides him, because he is older. He's like, 39 years old. So it got to recharge the batteries. And like I mentioned the other day, Nelson Cruz is one of the streakiest hitters in all of baseball. This guy can hit like 100 home runs in 10 games, but then kind of fade away, but then come back around and hit another 100 home runs in 10 games. So in this matchup, though, really good ability against a lefty, not a good lefty in Danny Duffy. They're implied 6 runs, so it makes all the sense in the world. I'm going to lock him in there. He's probably going to be chalky, I'm guessing, just how well he's been doing, but I'll bite the chalk with him. Then we're going to go with Edwin Encarnacion. So a doubleheader today for the Red Sox and the Yankees. And I'm guessing Edwin will be in the lineup for the second game, and it's a good matchup. Going against Brian Johnson, hasn't been a good pitcher in the majors for the Red Sox. This is actually his first start since the end of June, 6/26. So there's going to be some rust there, and you couldn't have asked for a more kind of tough start to get with the Red Sox team that's really struggling. They need to rack up some wins to get into the playoffs. There's going to be a lot of pressure on him. And against the Yankees lineup in Yankee Stadium, I think he'll crack in this game. I think Edwin Encarnacion will be leading that charge there. Against righties so far in the season, Brian Johnson is allowing a 498 WOBA, so absolutely getting destroyed against righties. And like I said, in Yankee Stadium, it's really hard to limit those righties. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second hitter. And then for my third guy, I'm going to go with Aaron Judge here at 4,000 as well. He's been a little bit disappointing so far this year, but against a guy like Johnson, who isn't a great strikeout pitcher, that's been the biggest issue with Aaron Judge, is that he's just striking out at an insane rate at 31% K rate, but Brian Johnson only around 18% K rate himself. I think that can limit his just swinging miss rate in this spot. If he can get some hard contact, or just get some contact at all, the majority of his contact is hard contact against lefties, 67% of the season, and a 428 WOBA. So really good stuff. And if they get past Brian Johnson, which I think they will, then he's gonna be facing a bad Red Sox bullpen as well. So there's really no way for the Red Sox to limit this Yankees lineup, I think, in the doubleheader on the night game here tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and lock him in there as my third guy. Then I'm gonna go with Gene Segura, nice little value at 4,300. Going against a lefty, he's been very good against lefties himself, 317 ISO, and going against Detweiler, not a good pitcher at all this year, 6.8 FIP, part downgrade for him as well. Against a bad White Sox team, I think Segura can lead the charge to the top of that lineup, and down there implied 5.9 runs, so it can definitely get up to 5 at bats. So plain and simple, really good spot. I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my final guy. And he's still got 4,000 remaining per player to fill out the batters with those elite hitters in their matchups, and then a really good pitcher, and then Aaron Sanchez. He can pretty much decide the slate if he can just do well at that 5,300 price. So I hope you enjoyed it, though. Slap a like on the video before you head out. Let's try to get like over 50 likes on this one. I am uploading it later, but good luck. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you back here again next time.